What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is the recap show for UFC 264, and it was a pretty good card. I enjoyed it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it as well. Hopefully, you guys made some money. I'll kind of talk about how my night went from a betting perspective. Went 4-3 in the bets. Small loss of minus 0.55 units, but a half unit loss there. But yeah, finally got a takedown on DK. Been looking for one for a while now. It seems like I've been so close the past month or two. Bunch of top 10s mixed in there, but yeah, got a takedown. It was split with 20 people, which typically it'd be like $200, $300 the first if you do tie with that much. But since it was such a big card, I think it was like $6,000 the first place in the mini max there. I was able to get first place and take down $805 in that lineup. So overall, the night went great. The fights went great. I think it went like 7-5 in my predictions, which was not that great. But we'll definitely talk about the betting. We'll talk about the fights. We'll talk about all of that good stuff. And, the card as a whole, I thought it was good. I thought it was a very good card. So what's up, everybody in the chat? Got Rexley, first one in here. Where is Wuka Hernandez? Yeah, tweeted that out. I thought that was pretty hilarious. If you guys want to go check out that tweet. The haters come. The haters come for sure. It's just I usually don't entertain the haters that much, but the comment he left in my video is just so stupid, man. I mean, I even asked him, I was like, do you want, I need to get the winner, the round, and the method correct to make you happy. He's like, yep, that's just what it is. But yeah, go check out that tweet. That was pretty funny. What's up, Hype MMA? Crazy night. Hope your night was well. Yeah, pretty good night. Pretty good night. Really can't complain there. Betting was almost good. It wasn't terrible. 4-3 on the bets, like I said. We'll talk about those. Some really frustrating spots. And I had a really, really bad bet that we'll talk about as well. Connor was out here doing his best impression of Peter Griffin when he busted his shins. Yeah, Connor got hurt bad. Dustin got it done for sure. We'll talk about that for sure. What is up, Alan? How you doing? Notorious Ankle and Herb saves the bookies. Yeah, those are the two main points. Herb saved me big time. Herb saved me. We'll talk about that for sure. My foot was a balloon. Yeah, lots of people talking about lots of people crapping on McGregor. Like, he is so hated. You go on Twitter, it's all you see. Sucks that he got an injury, but I was really rooting for Dustin. I need Dustin to get, I think, like 86 points for a takedown in DK. He clearly got that. Let's talk about optimal lineup there. Optimal lineup was Poirier, 115, Tuivasa, 104, Duplessis, 108. And this is interesting. Aldana, 117. And I originally had like 1% Aldana. Up until the first fight of the night canceled, I moved it up to 8%. And that's what's crazy about it. She was 13% owned. Sometimes all it takes is like 3% ownership. I remember I got a takedown a couple months ago with Alex Caceres. He was like 12% owned. All I did was put in 3%. And that's all it takes. O'Malley, 147 DraftKings points. And then interestingly enough, Jessica I, a loser, 52 points, was on the optimal lineup. Only one underdog won. It was Gilbert Burns. We'll talk about that fight. But yeah, no complaints for me. Yeah, I owe Herb some money. He saved me $250. He saved me $250, man. So it would have been a horrible night if Herb did not step in and save the night there. What's up, Brady? Just waiting on my quest, Hannah Goldie, to join my streamer call. There you go. Nice. 8-leg fave parlay hits. Yeah, if you parlay the faves up, man, it hits for sure. I almost had a Hail Mary hit. Did miss one of those legs, which sucks. It was Nico Price, Michelle Pereira fight doesn't go. That did not hit. If that would have hit, it would have been a really, really good night. Got to feel bad for Jerome. He dreamt of being in the UFC. Gutted. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I guess you can consider Aldana a dog. She did close as like a slight dog. Guess you're right there. But it was pretty much a pick 'em. 5K on Sugar no distance and Poirier no distance. Yeah, good bet. Very good bet. I had that parlay as well. It worked out. Shout out to Herb. All right, so we'll kind of get into the card here. Kind of want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. After this show, going to be going live with Uncle Weezy, as always, on a Sunday. Stat Diggers, talking about UFC Vegas 31. Moises versus Makhachev. Very good card. Maybe not the most name value. Ton of big favorites. I think there's some good betting opportunities. Come hang out after that if you guys would like. I put the link in the description of this video for Stat Digger, so go check that out after this. But first fight of the night, it was supposed to be a Zhang Hu, and that sucks, man. I mean, had a slight losing night, half a unit, and I'm not saying like it would have been a winning night if the fight happened, but I had the under 2.5 and Akhmedov, who parlayed with O'Malley no distance for plus money, and then I also had Zhang Hu at plus 140 And it kind of sucks because I really beat the line movement on that one. I didn't beat much line movement at all this week, but that was one line I really did beat. Yajong closed around like plus 100. So I did want to see that fight play out. I had a ton of exposure on it on DraftKings, but I guess it all worked out because if that fight happened, I would have only had like 1% of Aldana. So it is what it is. But yeah, I really want to see that Yajong fight. And it just sucks because Yajong, he hasn't fought in 3 years, and now it's going to be like another long layoff for him. So hopefully they get him a fight soon, but I don't know. But as far as this fight, yeah, Zhumagulov versus Jerome Rivera. So Rivera was having some success early. I think the range was kind of giving Zalga some problems. But the thing with Rivera is the guy is so chinny. I think, Zalgas hurt him. And then right after that, submitted him, and which kind of surprised me because Zalgas, I don't think he had much submissions on his record, really. I think maybe like a couple. Jerome Rivera had nothing but submissions on his record. But yeah, I mean, Zalgas was able to get a nice submission there. And Jerome Rivera went, I think, like 0-4 in the UFC now. 0-4. So he'll be cut. But he's young. I think he can, still make a lot of improvements. But yeah, sucked for Rivera. I do think he'll be cut there. But, he lost. So I did want to check here real quick. And, yeah. So Rivera had been finished prior to that in, 4 of his 5 losses. So I was kind of looking at the knockout prop, and thank goodness I didn't, because I was not expecting a sub, but I was kind of looking at the knockout prop. Yeah, Zalgas, I believe, had 1 submission prior to that fight. Jerome Rivera had been finished 3 times by knockout. So I thought the knockout was kind of a sneaky angle, did not pull the trigger on that. Maybe inside the distance would have been a nice play there. In hindsight, I originally thought that, Zalgas would take him to decision, though, but Jerome Rivera is just not durable. He's just not durable. Not a good look. So Zalgas does get it done. Shout out to him. If you had him in a parlay, looks good. I thought the line was originally kind of off, but Zalgas is the much better fighter, and it's really not even close. Making Mondays more enjoyable. It's Sunday. It might be Monday for you. I don't know what time you're at, but Aldana plus 100 on Tapology. I would have had 4 bets, 4-unit bets on her. She's a beast. Yeah, she sure did look like a beast, man. Just wish she didn't miss weight. That's the only thing. Ryan Hall, no comment. What's up, Brady? Not a good night. How you doing, my guy? What's up, Dustin? Yeah, Ryan Hall, not a good look. Not a good look. I went heavy on round 2 starts in Topuria, wrong. 3rd round starts in the Connor fight, wrong. And Wonderboy KO and Moneyline, wrong. Oh, my. Yeah, it was a tough night for betting for sure. Paying really high on Aldana. Thomas, you should have lost. Yeah, you probably should have, but, I mean, it happens. Zhumagulov closed at minus 235 in my book. Had to jump on it. Yeah, I was kind of tempted at that point as well. Lots of money came in on Rivera. Sugar fight should have made the distance. Kid got robbed out of that. Yep, I agree. What's up, Brady? Difficult night. It was on DK. No underdogs except for Burns and Dustin were good ones. Yeah. Dustin got it done. Burns got it done, but did not end up on the optimal lineup. Actually, Jessica I did, believe it or not. So I only had... I didn't have much Jessica I. I had maybe 10% Jessica I. So yeah, I kind of lucked out, man. I had 8% Aldana, 10% I. Was able to put those together and get the optimal there. All right, so we'll get to the next fight, and we have Brad Tavares versus Omari Akhmedov. We have a decision here, split decision. Yeah, I thought it was one of those fights where it was kind of like a close fight, but you can clearly tell who the winner was. We'll kind of take a look at some of the stats here. And it kind of, this is something I kind of called perfectly. Like, Brad Tavares, his takedown defense is legit. And I was kind of talking about it on my stream prior to the fights. A lot of money came in on Akhmedov. I was like, what the heck's going on? I've seen literally nobody on Akhmedov this week. And, Brad Tavares got down to minus 148. And I was so tempted to, put some money on him. Ended up passing, wish I didn't. But yeah, Tavares got it done. First round, outlanded Akhmedov 22-11. Akhmedov was able to get him down there one time. Didn't hold him down long, though. Second round, Tavares outlanded him 24-17. Akhmedov got him down, not for long, though. And then the third round, Tavares outlanded him 38-20. Knocked him down as well. Akhmedov was 2 of 9 on takedowns, only 1 minute and 42 seconds of control time. So Tavares' takedown defense is 100% legit. His get-up game is 100% legit. And we'll take a look at the judges' scorecards here. And yeah, it was a split, which, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it was a split, but I thought it was clear, 29-28 Tavares at the worst. But yeah, you see the media scores, a lot of 30-27s, some 29-28s mixed in there. Who was it that gave it to Tavares or Akhmedov? Ron McCarthy gave Akhmedov the first and second round, which I don't know. He was landing probably the harder shots, but just so much more volume on the Tavares side. So yeah, I got it 29-28 Tavares myself. But yeah, split. I don't know about that. But yeah, Tavares got it done. Kind of left some money on the table there. I did like Tavares, but it is what it is. Brad got it done. I wish I went on him a bit more. Yeah, I wish I would have placed a bet on that, especially the line. The line was just going down so much prior to the fight. Where my haters at? What haters? Bills. What haters? What you got? Aldana surprised me. Yes, they did. I had Burns. Y'all give me flack for it. I'm just here for my win. Congrats on your win, man. Yeah, we'll talk about that fight for sure. Amari did gas. You predictors were right about that. Yeah, he has no gas tank. Split decision. I got worried for Brad when I heard that. Yeah, I was like, what? I was not expecting that from Aldana. I don't think anybody was. In hindsight, Brad was one of the easiest fights to call on the card. I can see it. Yeah, I can't believe he was one of Bro Picks' main bets. Super easy to call. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't see many people on Akhmedov at all, really. Like, I saw like nobody. I guess Bro Picks was on him though. All right, so look at the next fight here. Not much to say. I mean, I thought Jennifer Maia won. I saw a lot of people scoring it for Jessica I saw a lot of people taking shots on Jessica I as a dog. I saw people taking shots on the decision line. I think it was a good bet. The line was off. And again, I broke down this one perfectly. I said that, Maia, everybody's expecting her to take down Jessica I. She took down Shevchenko, won a round against Shevchenko. But you take a look through the record of Jennifer Maia in her career, it's not something she does. She does not go for takedowns. So if she does not do that, it's going to be a very, very close fight. And it was a pretty close fight. I thought, Maia was the clear winner. I thought she was landing the more eye-appealing shots, the harder shots as well. Jessica I got hit a ton, but you will take a look at the stats here. And they're very competitive fight. Jessica I actually outlanded Maia 100-98. First round, Jessica I 34 significant strikes, Maia 34 significant strikes. Jessica I also got a takedown as well. 19 seconds to control time. Round two, Maia outlands her 34-32. Jessica I also gets another takedown, which is just crazy to think about, man. Like if Maia would have went for takedowns in this fight, she would have looked minus 200. She would have looked minus 250. But she attempted 0 takedowns. And even the announcers are like, are you guys surprised that she's not going for takedowns? And I was like, nah. She should. She really should. She could have made it look a lot easier, but I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with her. But yeah, she got it done. Third round, I outlanded Maia 34-30. I think the cut, there's a big cut. I think it was due to a headbutt. Probably influenced the judges a little bit. But we'll take a look at the media decision. I'm really curious to see these. I haven't seen them yet. But the judges scored the contest 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27. We had two 30-27s for Maia, some 29-28s for Maia, and then some 29-28s for I. So I thought Maia won personally, but again, the line, and especially in hindsight, was definitely off there. So if you had a bet on I or I by decision, I think you made a solid bet there. It was a very, very close fight, a lot closer than the line did indicate there. No, enjoy your win, man. Enjoy your win, dude. You deserve it. Tabology picked Omari. He was the favorite underdog, so glad I thought better of using him in parlays. Yeah. Jessica I, third eye. Yeah, she did have a third eye there. Jessica third eye, I like it. Yeah, I was moving forward. She had the octagon control, but she was not landing the harder shots. Yeah, I agree. She was getting tagged up for sure. Looked like a punching bag in there. But yeah, she was coming forward. All that good stuff. Plessis killed one of my parlays. I picked Giles a few days before the fight. I knew I messed up. Yeah, it's hard to trust Officer Giles. We'll talk about that next. What was my read of the night? I don't know, man. The biggest play, Max Griffin. I guess you could say Max Griffin hit that, and then I had a couple violence bets that hit as well. Third eye, I like it. All right, so we'll get to the next fight here. Dricus du Plessis going against Trevin Giles. This was my first bet of the night since the Zhang fight was off. I had the fight doesn't go to decision, and basically it was an easy bet for me to make. Dricus du Plessis had never seen the scorecards ever in his career, all 18 fights now. Has never seen the scorecards. Both guys have never lost by decision. That right there. Both guys very dangerous on the feet, very dangerous on the mat. Both guys can be knocked out. Both guys can be submitted. It just screamed violence bet. And then you take a look at the line. It was like -125. It opened up. I got it at -135. So I had 1.5 units on that. So that hit there. I don't know. I was kind of getting a little bit worried, but just with the pace these guys were fighting at, I thought one of them was going to slow down as the fight went on. Both guys, all four of their losses combined were in the third round. So I was kind of not getting too worried about it because I didn't know that they've been finishing the third round quite a bit. But du Plessis knocked him out in that second round. Yeah, Giles. What was he doing, man? He was low volume. I do want to take a look at some of these numbers. He had no striking defense. He was fighting with his hands down. It was just a terrible, terrible look. Horrible look. You don't want to do that against someone as dangerous as du Plessis. So du Plessis outlands Giles 14-6 in that first round. Takes him down 2 times, 1 minute and 31 seconds of control time. Second round, 11-4, and knocks him out in that second round. Beautiful knockout. I was pumped up. Felt good to hit that bet. And yeah, du Plessis is dangerous. I thought, originally, Giles is a better fighter. Maybe he is. But, Dricus, you can never count him out. He's so dangerous. And on the flip side, you can never trust Officer Giles. He's one of the most inconsistent fighters out there. The fight IQ is pretty terrible. He's inconsistent. Can't trust him. So although I did think he was the better fighter, definitely laid off the bet. Instead, I went with the under, which definitely did work out, or the fight doesn't go to decision, which definitely worked out there. So I was able to cash the first bet of the night. Dricus looked bad till he didn't. I don't know, man. I thought he was beating Giles pretty clearly. I thought he was beating him pretty clearly there. Who's next for Dricus? I don't know. Curious to see who they put him against. But the guy is dangerous. Never been to a scorecard yet. Thank you, Diamond, for the 10 units. There you go. I was on du Plessis this week. Not sure why I switched to Giles, probably for the DK price. Yeah, I was like 50-50 on the DK side of things. After losing many parlays, I finally learned if I don't have at 70% confidence in a fighter, do not include them. Lesson learned. Yeah, I went 1 for 1 on my parlays this week. But yeah, I do tend to stay away from the parlays as much as possible. LMAO to the Hallbackers. Yeah, that was bad. We'll talk about that. That was very bad. Very, very bad. I had some buddies over, and they're like, what the heck is going on? And I was like, oh, it's what he does. It's what he does. Thompson loss. My loss of thousands won. Not sure what you mean there, but yeah, Thompson did lose. All right, so we'll get to the next fight here, and yeah, not a great performance by Ryan Hall. The guy's getting up there in age, 35 years old, and Topuria is definitely the real deal. If you did not think he was the real deal prior to this, you got to think it now. He's a legit black belt in BJJ. He's well-rounded everywhere, great wrestling, solid striking, obviously great ground and pound as well. And I was kind of, I don't know. I thought Topuria would engage more in the ground game of Ryan Hall, but he fought smart. Until he went to the ground with Ryan Hall, landed some nice ground and pound and put him out cold, man. The guy hits hard. That was his third knockout win. I was kind of expecting it to get later into the fight, even maybe go to decision, but now I was definitely wrong there. Topuria finished him. So no action on this fight. The pick was Topuria to win, but yeah, I know a lot of people that did take the shot on Ryan Hall. Wasn't a good look, especially, hindsight was definitely not a good look. I think Topuria is 100% the real deal. And the guy's only, I think he's like 24, 25 years old. So I think he's so much upside. I do want to see some of the stats for this fight. It was such a weird fight. But, Topuria fought smart. Let's see, in the first round, Topuria outlanded Hall 18-10. So Hall did land 10 strikes. Hall over 3 on takedowns. So they did credit him with some takedown attempts there. Lots of Minari rolls, lots of flopping to his back. And Topuria said, enough of this. I'm gonna take you out here. So Topuria got it done. Got it done by knockout. Which sucks because I remember on FanDuel, the knockout prop for Topuria opened up at like plus 365. Dang it. Yeah. Plus, it was like plus 365 on FanDuel. I think it closed around like minus 210. So that sucks. Missed that one. So left some money on the table there for sure, especially at that price. But yeah, Topuria did get it done. I do think he's 100% the real deal. Lost on Hall. Hall's game plan was idiotic. That's just what he does, man. That's just what he does. Hall's in such bad shape. It looks like it, but didn't like the trash talking about Topuria, but at least he backed it up by winning by his game plan. Yeah, I didn't really like what he was saying either. He said he was a better grappler than Hall, said he could win in the 50-50 position, said he wants the fight to start in the 50-50 position. Seemed overconfident, but for a good reason. Look what he did to him. So, thanks. I'm learning with each card. There you go. I'm ready to start hitting parlay sometimes. I keep them minimal bets, ones to lessen the blow. Yep. Agreed. 7-leg multi. All right. But Thompson lost, broke my 7-leg parlay. I did not parlay Thompson, but I did play him straight. We'll talk about that fight. Wish I had more action on Topuria. I had him plus 110 inside the distance. Very good bet there. But yeah, I wish I took that knockout prop, especially at the price it was at. All right, before we get to the next fight, if you guys can smash that like button, that'd be much, much appreciated. Also, remember to tune in to Stat Diggers tonight, coming up pretty soon here in about less than an hour. Lots of great stuff to talk about there. I've already placed one bet for next card. I've taped about, I think there's like 11 fights. I think I've taped like 8 out of 11 fights. Still have 3 fights to go. But the breakdown for UFC Vegas 31 will be out on Tuesday, early Tuesday. So, yeah, this is my next bet. Very frustrating fight here, man. I had the fight doesn't get the decision at minus 166, and I thought there were so many opportunities for this fight to finish. And we'll kind of take a look at the stats. So this was the second time in Nico Price's UFC career where he has seen the scorecards. Prior to that, I think it was like 10 or 11 fights where he was either getting finished or getting the finish himself. So it's now been 2 fights in a row where Nico Price has went to decision. And it's just such a frustrating fight. I think it was in that second round where Price was on the ground and then Michel Pereira did a backflip. I don't know what it was. It looked like Michel's toes went in his eyes or something crazy happened, like kicked him in the face or something, which it looked like it hurt Price very bad. And Price started covering up, and instead of Michel Pereira going for some ground and pound and finishing the fight, Pereira went for a submission, which I did not like. I thought there was multiple opportunities for him to finish. Would have liked some ground and pound rather than going for that submission. And ultimately, that submission attempt did kind of gas out Pereira. And it was one of those things where Pereira knew he was up 2 rounds, and he was fighting in that 3rd round to survive. Which again, it's smart. It's smart. He fought smart, but Price was not able to finish Pereira, who's very, very tough. Very, very tough. He landed 47 strikes in that 3rd round. So the violence bet did not hit. I had the violence bet in my Hail Mary parlay as well, so I really needed that for a monster night. But surprised it went the distance. Very surprised. And very surprised that Michel Pereira won a decision as well. I thought, if anything, if it went to decision, I thought Nico Price would out-volume him, but Nico Price really, I don't know, I did not really like his game plan. I thought Nico Price should have, fought like, a crazy madman like usual. I thought that's how he could beat Pereira, fighting like an idiot. But he fought smart. He had a nice game plan of trying to wear down Pereira, try to gas him out a little bit, and he did. But I thought for Nico Price to win, he'd have to make this a wild, crazy fight. And it's just not something he did up until that 3rd round. Up until that 3rd round, it got a little wild and crazy, and he had success. So I thought he should have done that, what he did in the 3rd round earlier. But yeah, I did pick Pereira. I picked him to win by knockout, though. And I did have the fight doesn't go. It goes the distance, which honestly shocked me. I thought there was multiple opportunities for it to finish. And I would take that bet again. I mean, typically we see Nico Price fight doesn't go decision lines at like minus 300, like something crazy like that. But minus 166, I'd take that again. But yeah, I mean, Pereira just kind of fought to survive in that 3rd round, which I always sucks to see. Some people argued at 10-8 in the 3rd round for Price. Don't necessarily agree with that. We'll kind of take a look at the scorecards here. All 3 judges, 29-28 for Pereira. That's how I scored it. We had a 30-27 Pereira, a bunch of 29-28s, and a bunch of 29-28s. So I think the 29-28 was the correct scorecard. But yeah, good fight. It was a great fight. Very good fight. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a fun fight. Nico Price fights are always very, very funny, or very, very fun to watch. The backflip was crazy wild. Yes, it was. Pereira did that backflip landing on Nico's face, and no one talked about it. It was a glancing blow, but it did rock him. And Herb, worst ref, doesn't call it. No one seems to carry. I don't know the rules on a backflip to the face. I don't know the rules on that. I don't know if there is a rule on a backflip to the face. Probably not. But they might have to implement that in there. Never seen anything like it, ever. Michelle was so out front. Only way he loses was to be finished. Yep. Sorry I'm late. Nico looked bad in the first two. If he had power in his hands, he would have finished Pereira. He has power in his hands, dude. He has so much power in his hands. It's just Michelle's tough. Yeah, there's a couple favorites I'm looking to fade. I'm going to wait till later in the week to see if I get better numbers. Yeah, lots of favorites next card for sure. You thought Price won. I don't know, man. Jolie is hot, not going to lie. She's okay. I hit that fight doesn't go decision with you. Like you said, I do it again every time at the price we got. I do it all day. I do it all day. All right, Payne. Shout out to you. Thanks for hanging out. See you around, man. Didn't win enough to buy a house, but I won my next rent payment. There you go. There you go. Bet Nico, pay the price. But yeah. I don't know. I just did not like his game plan. He talked about it in an interview saying he wants to be, less crazy, wants to be more technical, wants to be more defensively sound. You're going to lose that fight 9 times out of 10 against Pereira. He needed to come in here like a madman, like he usually does. But he didn't. He didn't until the third round. At that point, it was a little bit too late. If he would have fought like a crazy man early, I think he could have had a lot of success, but it's just not something he did. There is a rule you can't kick. Yeah, I know that, but he literally did a backflip and landed on his face. So I don't know. It probably should be illegal. Yeah. Pereira was so gassed and could have been finished if Nico had power. Just go back and watch some Nico Price fights. The dude has power. I don't think it's Jack Attack MMA renamed Jack Attack MMA puns. Yeah, Jack with always has the puns there. Pereira's not a finisher, and Price went to a decision against Cowboy. Yeah, that was the narrative. That's why we got such a good line on the fight doesn't go. Nico could not finish Cowboy, but I guess everybody was right. I don't know, but at first I thought the backflip was almost a DQ. Maybe it could have been because he really hurt Price with that, but Herb Dean was reffing. It was one of those cards where I did great on the prelims, but fumbled at the main card picks. How do you do, Brady? I did fantastic on the prelims. I think I got one wrong on the prelims, but I fumbled the main card picks as well. Did okay on the bet, slight loss, and then killed it on DraftKings. But overall, very good night. But yeah, I did terrible on the main card picks. We'll talk about it. But yeah, really killed the prelims, which this is the last prelim we'll talk about. But the only one I got wrong on the prelims was Giles, which I don't know. Like I said, I thought Giles was the better fighter, but he's so inconsistent that it's just insane. All right, so next we'll talk about my next bet. I had Max Griffin 2 units, minus 172. Saw a lot of love for the Condit side. I get it, I guess. Condit has fought the better competition, but Condit, 37 years old now, been through a ton of wars, taken a ton of damage, and it definitely did not look like the same Condit, to say the least, because I was shocked at Max Griffin having so much success in that fight, in the striking. And my voice, it might sound a little scratchy. Like my voice is almost gone because I can't tell you how many times I yelled at the TV for Max Griffin to shoot a dang takedown, man. But, he was having success. Outlanded Condit 34-13. And people forget that Court McGee outlanded Carlos Condit 2-1 in that first round of their fight. But yeah, Max Griffin, did really good with the leg kicks. I want to see how much leg kicks he did land in that fight. 28 leg kicks. Was really having a good game plan in there. Hurt Carlos Condit, knocked him down. Looked like he was about to finish Condit, but let him up. And I was kind of surprised. I think that Max Griffin was kind of, I guess, scared of Condit's ground game. Scared to go down to the mat with Condit. At least that's what it looked like to me. not really want to engage in the ground. And I get it, Condit's dangerous off his back, but you take a look, and Condit has not had a sub since 2008. So that surprised me. And then I got like so worried, man, because round 2, I did score that round for Condit. It was a very close round. Very close round. I scored it for Condit. Max Griffin looked like he was slowing down. It looked like he was tired. It looked like he really gassed himself out trying to get that finish. And I was scared very bad. But in that third round, he gets it back together. Looks like he hurt Condit late in that third round. It gets a takedown and, rides out the round. So finally was nice to see him shoot a takedown after I said, go for a takedown literally 25, 30 times, maybe 40 times in that fight. But yeah, felt good to hit that for sure. Max Griffin was probably my most confident pick on the entire card. Even more confident than I was in Topuria or Zhumagulov. So it was nice to hit that, and he got it done. He got it done. Not the game plan I was hoping for or wanted, but he got the win. He got the win. But man, that IQ, not in love with it. I do want to see what the judges had here for this. 2 judges had it 29-28, and a judge had it 30-27. I personally had it 29-28. You can argue 30-27. I've seen people say that there should have been like a 10-8 in there potentially, but it looks like everybody had it 29-28 for Griffin. I think that's the correct call there for sure. But yeah, Griffin got it done. Shout out to him. 2 units, -172. Felt good to hit that. See what we got here in the chat. Father Ty, yeah, he does not look like the same Condit at all. At all. I guess the resurgence is maybe put to rest there. Yeah, Max, he looked good. He looked good. Griffin, low fight IQ, more taken attempts equals finish, not decision. Could say that, but man, yeah, I mean, I thought he should have won for takedown attempts for sure, but he got it done, so can't really complain. I bet on Max Griffin. I was rooting for Condit the whole fight. I bet on Max Griffin myself, and I was rooting for Max Griffin the whole fight. Got Max Griffin after round 2, -120. Interesting. Yeah, good live bet there. Griffin didn't shoot a takedown to the last 50 seconds of the fight. I know. I was so frustrated, dude. I was so frustrated. And then, yeah, he went away from the leg kicks, and he did not go for takedown. I was like, oh, man, I was so frustrating, but he got it done. Max bet Griffin in the spot, even without the takedowns, which is a little sad. Yeah. Was not expecting that. I knew the striking would be close. I knew a lot of people would disagree with me, prior to this fight, but I did slightly favor Condit in the striking. Yeah, definitely a level above at this point in their career for sure. Condit showed that his best days are far behind it. Yeah, they've been behind him for sure. Do you know how much you're up this year? You can check my bet MMA tips. I am up a little bit. I don't know the exact amount, but it's up on there. So hopefully keep it going. It was a rough start to the year, but finally got it going and back in the green. I took Max because of you. Thanks. There you go. But yeah, nice to hit that. All right, next we have, oh my goodness, this was my favorite fight of the night. I had a couple buddies over. We were really enjoying this fight. It was awesome. It was fun. It was a fun fight. Sean O'Malley versus Chris Moutinho, and my goodness, just so many things to say. I mean, O'Malley looked good first and foremost, as he should have. The fight went a lot longer than I expected, and take a look at this: 230 significant strikes Sean O'Malley landed, which I believe somebody said it was a record in a 3-round fight. Yeah, that's insane. O'Malley 77 significant strikes in the first round. He did hurt. Moutinho dropped him in that first round. He needed a little bit more time to finish there. Got into the second, and remind you that I was big on the O'Malley inside the distance. I was big on this fight finishing, so I did have 2 units on the O'Malley Moutinho fight to finish, parlayed with the main event to finish. So if this fight did not finish, it would have been a horrible night for me. But and I also had a half a unit on O'Malley to win inside the distance. That was originally parlayed with Akhmedov who under, but that was off, so it turned into a straight bet, which I was completely fine with. So I had 2.5 units riding on O'Malley getting a finish here. And, first round I was looking good. I thought, hey, yeah, this fight's going to finish pretty soon here. I don't think it's getting to the second. The second round, I'm like, oh, it's probably not getting to the third. And then we reached the third round, and then there's like a minute left. I'm like, oh my goodness. This is going to go to the decision, isn't it? It's going to be a horrible night. And then, O'Malley starts putting it on Moutinho with 30 seconds left. And then, Herb Dean, shout out to Herb Dean, the GOAT, my favorite referee. Herb Dean stops the fight. He stops the fight. The friends I had over were like, why did they stop it? And one of my friends was like really, really upset because, the stoppage was very questionable. I mean, I get it to some extent. Like, he took a ton of damage. Like, I get it. But 30 seconds left. I mean, let him continue. Let the guy continue. I mean, he took so much damage, so much punishment, but there's 30 seconds left. He wasn't in. I didn't think he was in any danger. I didn't think he was about to, go down and get put out. I disagree 100% with the stoppage, but you got to take what they give you. And, shout out to Herb. I don't know if he had a bet on the inside or not, but yeah, Herb got it done. Herb did get it done. Moutinho showed so much toughness. It was insane. So much toughness. It was a good fight. The kids had cement. Yeah. Prior to that, though, like, he had 4 losses, and all 4 of them came by finish. 2 of them by knockout. So he all of a sudden has some serious toughness on him. I mean, he was tough to begin with, but man, that was insane. I got to give respects to Chris for taking the fight, and he fought pretty okay. He was tough at the first round. I can safely say like I said, Chris is not a scrub. He's tough. He's tough. Very tough. I think the whole world loves Herb Dean, man. The whole world loves Herb Dean. Thanks, Herb, for the early stoppage. Yeah, that was huge. That would have been a minus 2.5 unit loss for me. Chris with a K did well for a punching bag. Yeah, he was a punching bag for sure. Her stopping it late was pointless. I agree. CTA was already done. What's 30 more seconds? I kind of thought, the corner was going to throw in the towel after that first round, to be honest. But they didn't. Yeah, I agree. Herb Dean got it done, man. Herb Dean got it done. Shout out to Herb Dean. Herb had the over. He might have had the over and the fight doesn't go. I don't know. Really bad look for Sean. Now we know that if he's getting pressured, it completely limits his kicks and power punches. I think Font would expose Sean. Stupid call out. Yeah, I'm curious to see Sean fight somebody somewhat relevant. What is up, Vince? Thanks for hanging out, man. Hopefully you did well last night. Rob Font versus Chris Moutinho. I wouldn't do that, man. Taking that fight from Chris' perspective isn't a good move for his career, as he was in a massive skill disadvantage. He should be compensated well. He did. He got 75K. I'm curious to see him fight again. I still don't think he's UFC caliber, but he's tough as nails. Tough as nails. Adam Alikeo, yeah, the whole world is sweating it. Whole world. Chris fights like Tony Ferguson if he didn't have any skill, yeah. But yeah, that was awesome, man. I enjoyed that fight. I really enjoyed that fight, and the ending was just icing on the cake. I loved it. Was able to hit that parlay and that straight bet there. All right, so this is my worst bet of the night. I'll say it right now. Terrible bet, awful. Fell for the trap of the old weight miss, the old looking terrible on the scales. And I was like, hey, does this extra weight help Aldana, or does this extra weight hurt Aldana? And yeah, it helped her. Definitely helped her. She looked good. She looked big. She looked strong. Yana had, trouble closing the distance. Yana had trouble holding her against the cage. Yana had trouble getting her down, and Aldana knocked her out. And that's kind of what I was worried about, because Aldana is a finisher, 75% finish rate, and Yana had been finished prior to that a ton. She was finished a ton. Let's see. Yana has been finished in 4 losses now, or 5? Yeah, Yana has been finished in now 5 losses. 3 by knockout, 2 by submission. Aldana has finished half her wins by knockout. So that's what I was worried about. And yeah, I mean, Aldana knocked her out. She hits hard. She's good. But yeah, I was kind of hoping Yana would, close the distance, hold her against the cage, potentially take her down. But none of that was happening. Not even close. So I had half a unit on Yana to win by decision, plus 150. Horrible bet. But luckily, only half a unit on it. I didn't want to go big on it because I was not like overly confident, but half a unit, I'll take a shot there. But yeah, Yana got it done. Which helped me get a takedown on DraftKings, so I guess I'm kind of happy about that. But yeah, so probably should have stayed away. It seemed like everybody was betting Yana this week. Everybody was betting Giles this week. Seemed like traps to me, and they looked like it for sure. Hindsight. But yeah, Yana got it done. Was not expecting that at all. We had a ton of finishes on this card. We had, I think, 7 out of 12 finishes. Run it back. What are we running back? This card did me dirty. Yeah, it did a lot of people dirty for sure. Aldana was the lock of the night for me. I didn't see it, especially after the weight miss, but looks like it helped her for sure. Yana fought like she fought so stupid, man. She fought so dumb. Like, she tried to engage in like a brawl with Aldana. Like, that's gonna never work. Never work. She should have, tried to get her against the cage, take her down, keep it at range. But she engaged in a brawl. Very dirty, but missing weight. So sad that fighters can be much bigger and get celebrated. Yeah, people forget that she did miss weight by a ton. 3.5 pounds. 3.5 pounds. Yana, my worst read on the card. Thought she'd point fight to a decision, but ignored her durability versus the bigger. Yep. 100%. As soon as I heard James Krause, James Krause is really high on Aldana. Had to take a shot. Yeah, Krause was high on Aldana even after the weight miss. 50-50 on menstruating. Yeah, the whole menstruating cycle thing for Aldana, the whole weight miss, kind of bought into it. Everybody bought into it because Yana closed as the favorite. I knew Yana couldn't handle Irene. I was shocked so many predictors chose Yana. Yeah, it seemed like everybody did. Ty is a legend. Yeah, he is. Difference is Aldana didn't make weight on period. People who did, like Procopio and Marco's body shut down. Yeah, I mean, the weight miss definitely helped her, apparently. Krause is sharp. Yeah, Krause is definitely sharp, man. Crazy night. It was epic. I agree. It was epic for sure. But now we're going to get into the next fight here. So, yeah, like I said, I did fantastic on the prelims. Got only one wrong. My main card pick sucked. And we'll start with this. I mean, no excuses, but Yana, horrible game plan. Hardy, horrible game plan. Like, Hardy, I wanted him to kind of stay on the outside, use his volume, but no, he hurts Tuivasa, and then he runs in like an idiot and gets clipped. It kind of reminded me of the Justin Tafa, Jorgen De Castro fight where De Castro like rushed in on Tafa and Tafa clipped him. It looked just like that. Like, just shows the greenness of Hardy. Tai Tuivasa is dangerous. That's the one thing you don't want to do with Tai Tuivasa is get into a brawl. And that's what Hardy did. He clipped Tai. Tai was hurt. Tai was on skates. Hardy rushes in and gets clipped. I mean, not much to say. Tai got it done. Tai definitely got it done. I was definitely on an island on the Hardy pick. I thought he'd, again, stay on the outside, use the bigger cage, use his reach, use the size, use the volume, and pick apart Tai Tuivasa. But he did exactly what he shouldn't have not done. He should have not rushed in like an idiot and get clipped. But it is what it is. Tuivasa gets the win. Had no bet on Hardy. I know that a lot of people did take a shot on Hardy. The Hardy line closed like a plus 110. It was a very closely lined fight. But yeah, really question the game plan of Greg Hardy. Really do question what he was thinking out there for sure. But yeah, Tai Tuivasa got it done. Dustin the Diamond Louisiana stand up. Yep, Dustin got it done. I was worried about the pick as soon as I heard Ty coming out to Spice Girls. I knew he was a lock. Yeah, exactly. I like James' style. He tells Johnny the Greek, screw the number, mumbo jumbo. I'm picking the better fighter. Yeah, I like Gianni. I like James. Like them both. He shut Hardy's eye instantly. He did. Spice Girls was a game changer. I agree. Yeah, I like Tai Tuivasa a lot, man. I think he did 3 or 4 shoeys after he won. That was sweet. I like Tai a lot. The guy's won me some serious money. Did not bet on him here, but I'll probably be betting on him in the future depending on the matchup. I remember the most excited I've ever been probably for cashing a bet was Tai Tuivasa in the first round against Stefan Struve. 1 second left, buzzer beater. It was like plus 400 something. That was awesome. Most excited I've ever been for winning a bet. Hardy had the fight, but charge in with his hands down. Yeah, I mean, should have been patient, but again, he's green. Hardy said he beat Tyson. I hope he didn't say that. I hope he did not say that. Wouldn't be close. Ty has lost to much better guys. Happy it wasn't a fat heavyweight, low cardio fight. Yeah, it was a good fight. And it quick. Short and sweet. Tai Tuivasa had the biggest increase in stock. Yeah, he's on a 3-fight win streak now, right? So, yeah, I like the guy. I remember he was on a 3-fight skid. And now he's on a 3-fight winning streak. So there you go. Spice Girls got the party started. Tai was an eye-opening pay-per-view spot for the rest of his career. Dollar signs with him. I can see it. Tai is good value. Second best walkout song ever. The best was 9 to 5 for Anton, the Pleasure Man. Yeah, I agree. I like it. Yeah, Spice Girls, man. That was awesome. 3-fight KO win streak. Yeah, to be fair, he did knock out a few bombs, but Hardy, good win. It was a good win. Good win. UFC really tries to push Greg Hardy. Puts him on all the main cards. I think he's been like in a co-main event or two as well. But yeah, Tuivasa. Amazing how much the fight with Volkov is referenced when backing up Hardy. I guess everyone now acknowledges that Volkov just didn't want to risk anything with a late notice replacement. Yeah, Volkov did fight really smart in that Hardy fight. Kind of how I expected Hardy to fight against Tuivasa. Kind of stay on the outside, but no. Did what he should not have done. All right, we have about 14 minutes. I'm out of here, and we have 2 fights to talk about left. So, again, just want to let you guys know, going live with Uncle Weezy in about 28 minutes, if my math is correct. Talking about Stat Diggers, going deep into the stats. I can't wait for this show. I'm so excited to get back into it. It's awesome that we have UFC, pretty much every week. So there's no time to, take a day off. There are no days off. Get right back into it. I'm excited about it. I think there's going to be some really good spots. I think there's a ton of violent spots this week that really stick out. And I've been killing the violence lately. I think I hit all my violence bets. I think I hit 3 out of 4 last night. So I think there's a ton of violence that sticks out for next week. So can't wait for it. So go check us out. The link will be in the description pretty soon here. All right, co-main event. I was very high on Thompson. I'll be honest, guys. I was very high on him. I thought it was a great matchup. I guess I really underestimated Gilbert Burns' wrestling. I underestimated Gilbert Burns' cardio. I overrated Stephen Thompson's takedown defense. I overrated Stephen Thompson's get-up game. And it's just a frustrating fight. I know people didn't like the fight. People were booing. Everybody says it was a horrible fight. But you got to admit that Gilbert Burns, he fought smart. He did what he needed to do. And I was shocked that, first, I was shocked that he got Thompson down. Second, I was shocked that he was holding Thompson down. And I thought, he lost the first round. Take a look at the stats. Thompson lost the first round, and he landed like what in that first round? 1 strike? 2 strikes? Landed 3 strikes, 3 of 4 on a strike. So that he was really hesitant in that first round. Burns was able to close the distance, take him down. Had a lot of control time. I thought at first like Thompson was not going to get takedown, but Burns finally was able to, I think it was like a single leg, drag him down to the mat and just laid on him. I mean, Burns, to be honest, he did nothing with the takedowns at all. Like nothing at all. But he won the fight. Second round, Thompson gets outlanded 10-9. I did score the second round for Thompson myself. Burns was 1 for 2 on takedowns. Maybe I was being a little biased there, but I had the first round for Burns, second round for Thompson, and I had the third round for Burns as well. So Thompson did hurt Burns in that third round. He did hurt him. He did drop him. They did not officially count him for the knockdown, but it looked like he hurt him bad. Looked like he dropped him. Burns recovered right away, started throwing bombs, and then I was shocked. I was shocked that Burns was able to get him down in that third round. I thought for sure, if anything, Thompson would win that third round. But again, I underestimated Burns' cardio. I underestimated his wrestling, and I overrated Thompson's, takedown defense and get-up game. And again, like Thompson's 38 years old. 38 years old. Would have liked to see him fight Usman, but that's not happening. Burns, maybe he does fight Usman again in the future. I think he gets smoked, to be honest. But Usman's a beast. So Burns got it done. I had 1.5 units on Thompson, got him at -142. A lot of money came in on Burns. Burns is a fan favorite. I did expect it to happen. I think Burns closed at +130, something like that. But yeah, a lot of people were on Thompson. I saw some people on Burns. Yeah, definitely a good look. It's just, man, I was really confident in Thompson, to be honest. Very confident in him. But yeah, Burns controlled about half the fight, 7 minutes and 13 seconds. I just was not expecting that. I expected maybe 1 takedown in the first round, maybe. But to see him get a takedown in every single round, really surprised me. So shout out to Gilbert. Got it done. It was People hated the fight, but he got it done. Fought smart. Nothing with the takedowns, but Thompson really let me down. Yeah, I mean, I was very, very frustrating because when he got taken down, just it looked like he had no urgency to get up off his back. He had no urgency to get off the fence. He was the much bigger fighter too, but man, just no urgency. Winning money every week. There you go, Davey. Burns is a nightmare matchup for Colby. Yeah, I would like to see that fight. The dogs don't step on much. MMA, big card or weak card. Yeah, only one dog won this week. Thompson was rough. Killed by Topuria, Griffin, Thompson, parlay. Yeah, I didn't parlay Thompson, but I did have him straight there, which sucked. Thompson is a point fighter with no killer instinct. I can't argue that. Can't argue. I think it's like his last 7 or 8 fights that went to decision. Next week we will see underdogs. I don't know, man. If you check the card next week, there's a ton of big favorites. Y'all already done researching the next week's card? Not yet. I've researched like 9 out of 11 fights, maybe 8 out of 11. But Uncle Weezy and Brady's walking moves would be 9 to 5. Maybe. Thompson will let me down. I agree. Let me down as well. That fight was torturous being a Wonderboy backer. Yeah, it was. It was hard to watch, man. I thought, the first round, I know he lost it, but I thought he would start picking it up, but no. I put a lot of stock in Wonderboy's resurgence. Yeah, I did as well. Wonderboy's takedown defense was really good. No, even then, like when people did shoot on him, it was very good. It was very good. But yeah, the narrative was nobody shot a takedown on Wonderboy in like 4 fights. That was the narrative. But man, I don't know. Took Burns, cashed at plus 135. Yeah, good bet there. I thought like the least likely scenario would be Burns by decision. I thought if Burns wanted to be a knockout, maybe sub, but yeah, he proved me wrong for sure. Will kick Fook Burns up. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I don't think he's that great. He fought smart though. Thompson, especially now, like he's gonna be like 39 probably next time he fights, right? Wonderboy is a great fade spot against Colby or Leon. Yep. But I don't know if those fights are gonna happen. So sad. What's so sad? The Thompson fight? Yeah, I was sad for sure. All right, so we'll get to the main event. We have 7 minutes left. We'll talk about it real quick. So yeah, I had one bet. I had one bet in this fight. I did have the fight doesn't go to decision. Parlayed with O'Malley, Moutinho fight doesn't go to decision. So I needed I was thinking either Connor early or Dustin late, but no, Dustin got it done early. So at 2 units on that, minus 187, I needed that to hit. And it did pretty easily. And I left a lot of money on the table, man. I really like these unders. I talked about it all week. The under 2.5, I was kind of iffy on the under 1.5. And it seemed like everybody in the world played that over 1.5 this week. Seems like everybody, if there's an over 1.5, people love to play it. And I get it. I thought it was going over as well, potentially. It's just not something I do, especially where it closed like minus 210, minus 220. But yeah, I love the under 2.5. I didn't play it. I love the under 3.5. I didn't play it. So left a lot of money on the table. But I did parlay the fight doesn't go to decision, and it worked out well. So I was rooting for Dustin here. I needed Dustin to score 85 DraftKings points to get a takedown on DK. And what did he score? He scored what? 115. So he got it easily, and I was pretty happy. Pretty happy there. It seemed like a lot of people were happy. A lot of people really hate Conor McGregor. I mean, you go on Twitter and people are just destroying him on Twitter, which, understandable. Conor, him talking crap all week was not a good look. Him talking crap after the fight was, even a worse look. Yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Like the interview with McGregor just did not really sit well with me. But yeah, close that parlay. As far as the fight goes, Conor came out with leg kicks. I thought the biggest mistake of the fight was Conor, pulling a ghillie, pulling a guard on the guillotine there. Did not think that was smart at all. The buddies I was with were really excited about, that guillotine. I knew right away it's not going to happen. He's not going to submit Dustin Poirier. And I thought it was just dumb to do so because you're somebody with, cardio issues. If you don't get that guillotine, your energy is going to be expended. You're going to slow down. Yeah, I was like, what? Why would you do that? Just keep the fight on the feet, keep it at range. So I thought Conor made a mistake there, and yeah, Dustin landed some nice ground and pound. I thought Dustin was about to finish the fight. And then he got up, and then horrible injury, terrible injury. You know, even if you hate Conor, like, come on, guys. Like, people are like making memes about the injury. Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, Dustin got it done. Dustin's the man, dude. Dustin's a beast. I can't wait to see him fight for the title. And it's gonna be a crazy fight. Crazy fight. Can't wait for it. But yeah, Dustin definitely got it done. Shout out to him. It seemed like everybody had a bet on Dustin. Got it done. But yeah, what a fight. A lot of people hate Conor. I feel bad for Clint. All he had was overs. Great fight for as long as it lasted. Yeah, it's not just Clint, but like a lot of people were on those overs. I just didn't see anything with like in the first fight or the second fight that really led to those overs personally. But I mean, the over 1.5 probably would have hit if Conor did not break his leg or whatever. But it happens in MMA. Conor got outboxed. Yeah, I do want to quickly check some of the stats here for that fight. So Dustin did outland McGregor 36-27. McGregor 71% striking accuracy. But Dustin did have a takedown in 3 minutes and 18 seconds of control time. So McGregor was having success early. He hit Poirier with a nice shot. Poirier hit him with a nice shot. McGregor shot in for a takedown. But yeah. Probably not going to happen. I don't know who's Conor's going to fight next. I don't know about Gaethje. Definitely don't know about Gaethje. McGregor could have been at GOAT 145. Yeah. I think it's embarrassing how much disrespect the MMA community is showing Conor after a possible career-ending injury. Yeah, people are, I don't know, man. I disagree with that. I'm not a big Conor fan myself, but to root for an injury, I don't know about that. Doesn't seem right to me. Just because Conor would have got embarrassed by Rivera had he won. Yeah, probably. That would have been a good fight, but not going to see it ever, sadly. His foot was a balloon. It was a balloon, to say the least. Conor disrespected his own legacy by the way he acted last night. Yeah, it was not a good look for Conor, for sure. I still don't think Dustin's that great. I mean, he's just well-rounded. Well-rounded, good striking, good grappling, black belt. Can't wait to see the Oliveira fight. Super necessary. I don't know about that. Dustin showed he'd beat Conor every time they fight. Again, every fight's different. But yeah, Dustin can definitely take the shots at Conor. We've seen it twice. They're talking about like a fourth fight, which would be so dumb. Not going to happen, but we'll see. My brother showed me a ticket. The person that put 50,000 on it. There you go. Yeah, big bet there. Conor initiated. He did. He went for a takedown as well. Dustin did tag him at least once that I saw. But yeah, what a fight. What a night. Again, overall went down 0.055 units, which is fine. You got to keep the losses small. Prior to that was on a 3-fight winning streak. Worst bet of the night for me was the Yana decision prop. Half a unit on that. I thought the Michelle Pereira Price fight was a good bet. Just did not hit. I thought had multiple opportunities to hit there. A Thompson fight was frustrating as well. But yeah, went 4-3 on the bets. Max Griffin. Giles to Plessis fight doesn't go decision. The 2-unit parlay with McGregor, Dustin finishing, and O'Malley, Moutinho finishing. And then also O'Malley went inside the distance. So solid night, especially on DraftKings. Finally got a takedown. Was so close to getting a takedown the past couple weeks. Finally got one. Did share it with 20 people, but shared 6K with 20 people was pretty solid. If Conor can nearly sub Poirier, Oliveira, yeah, I don't think he was close to subbing Dustin. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that. I didn't think at all that there was going to be a time where Dustin or Conor submitted him there. Yeah, he did play himself. I disagree with that 100%. Jumping Gilly. Ready for Stat Diggers? Yeah, come on over, dude. So we're going live, 15 minutes. Come check it out if you're watching either now or in the future. The link is in the description for Stat Diggers if you guys want an early look on UFC Vegas 31. We'll talk about some early spots. We have some lines out. We have some totals out, I think, where the fight doesn't go where the fight goes. We'll talk about all those. Come check us out, me and Uncle Weezy, as always. If you guys can hit the like on your way out. And yeah, that's about all I got. Good luck next week. We'll talk to you soon. And yeah, see you guys later. Peace.